close friend of mine just contacted me telling me that her father passed. And she and I had known each other since we was about 13 years old. And of course, she's devastated because she was close with her dad. And I know that. And so that pain and that loss is no joke. My father passed away in 2023. And then the following year in 24, my mom passed. That is devastating. This makes me think, of course, about my children, legacy, grandparents, or me being a grandparent, because technically, I would be the matriarch if I was not estranged. And the children usually don't understand certain things that we do until they become adults. But my concern is this. They have caused massive damage to their parents. When you're a estranged child, make the decision to estrange you because of something they perceive that you did. And they perceive that whatever it may be, at the moment they say or they walk away, they instantly triggered trauma to that parent. And it's not fair. It's not right. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody. If trauma abuse was the grounds to leave your parents, society, civilization would have never happened. There's not a people, a culture, a society, a time, a dispensation where mankind has been on this earth where he did not mess up. And that mess up goes through each generation. Family means you mess up, I forgive you, and we work together. And I know the argument will be, oh, well, they did this and they can't. I get it. I get it. I get it in more ways because I know what it is to be estranged. And you're not going to prosper that way. You're not going to grow that way. You're not going to get the love and the connection that you crave. It's not going to happen because you have this, you're carrying your own bitterness. And the only way to be able to resolve that and dissolve that is by working through. And let's just be clear, there is something different with your parents. You may be able to do that with a BFF. You may be able to do that with an ex-boyfriend. You may be able to do that with someone else in your family, but your parents are different. It was his seed in her womb that produced you. She carried you, nurtured you, and got you to the point where you are able to survive. Flaws and all, but she did. So who are you to then turn around and say, you didn't do what I wanted you to do? That is your evil. And that will lead to your destruction. You really need to research the spirit and the power and the engine that's behind this whole thing, because I assure you this is not organic. This is definitely engineered. And your parents are only here for a certain amount of time. And some of you are saying, well, when they leave, I can't wait. That speaks of a demon inside of you. And demons do nothing but drive you insane and straight to hell. Let's just be clear. And so I feel the weight of what she's dealing with, because I know that she's a very responsible person. And that's that. One other thing to think about. I want you to think about this. Why is it that other countries really emphasize families? Really emphasize this. Matter of fact, I'm going to use her nationality. She's Puerto Rican. And, back in the day, before everything became so, oh my gosh, that's wrong or that's evil to say that. But back in the day, people used to make jokes about Puerto Ricans, or Mexicans, or Chinese people, how like 20 of them can live in a 1-bedroom New York apartment. But guess what's coming out of that? Businesses, marriages, family. And so, but for some reason in our community, we think that In America, we think that, oh, well, I could just dismiss you. Yeah, it feels good now, but it will catch up with you. I wish you would hear this wisdom. This is part of why it's important to keep your family, because we're able to give you history that they will never give you. You want to know why? Because they're interested in operating in an agenda that is not pro you. Whereas, flawed in all, the historians of your family is your parents and grandparents. And they have lived through certain wars. They lived through certain societal shifts that they can give you the truth about it. Whereas the powers that be will give you the narrative that they want you to hear and see. This is bigger than your parents. And right now is the time to humble yourself. And I know that the children think, well, you need to humble yourself. You need to come in with the heart, because this is not on your parents. And as long as you think that it's on them, guess what? See, that's the childish way to be, isn't it? Childish? You know it in your own children. Where they just say, well, Dad, you didn't. But what did they do? I told you not to get the cookie. You got the cookie. And now you're throwing up because your body didn't agree with the cookie. And you're looking at me like it's my fault, but I told you not to eat the cookie. I mean, that's small, but you know what I'm saying. So no, I am one of those who do not believe everything is the parents' fault at all. It's too many other influences that this generation, the millennials and especially the Gen Zers, too much. And it got to a point where we as parents begin to lose, especially I would think for the millennials producing, in some of the Gen X, producing the Gen Zers. Anytime you have to basically make an appointment and get clearance to go to your child's school, public school, there's a problem with that. Public school systems have been teaching our children a doctrine we did not know about or agree with, as we were out there slaving to take care of the household to make sure we had a roof over our heads. And so there's so many different parts of this. So it's really, I don't even know the words to use about how, not outlandish, but how erroneous it is for the adult children to pin this all on one person. I know what that's like. I have certainly been the scapegoat a lot of times, and it's not a pleasant feeling. And so if you see me fighting hard, especially for other parents, which you will see, because I know it's not all on them. I know that there's something larger at play. And if you stepped away from your emotions and feelings, you'd be able to see it. But as long as you're there, you won't. And as a result of that, you're going to miss out on the village that you crave, the love and the direction that you need, the support you need just as a human being in this time. And it's the families that stay together that can prosper. And in that family line, you're going to see a whole bunch of mess, drama, attitudes, flaws, as you do also have. And everybody walking, but if you're walking together, there's a strength. And there's a wealth in that, a lot of wealth in that. So it's I just hope that you hear this, because people, tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do with today? Drop your comments and your thoughts in the comments area. I would love to hear from you. God bless.